Hello? Okay, it's working. It's working on this one. Alright. Hey, my name is Laura. Anybody who tunes into this, I'm new to all this, so if it's a little glitchy or the audio is trippy, sorry about that. I'm learning as I go. I'm praying it works, because God, all I want to do is just shine, goddammit. I just want to shine. I don't want people to be able to see it. So if you want to come with me along the way while I learn how to do this, I am going to do reacting videos. I'm also streaming to learn how to get that down. So I'm going to make sure to put that in the link below if you want to follow me on Twitch too. But let's get into it. Connect this. And go here. Change. Boom. Boom. Gotcha. We're gonna move you down here. We're gonna go to YouTube, because YouTube is the best thing on. YouTube and Instagram must be funny too. I'm looking for some truth and conspiracy today. That's what I like to watch. Alright, let's see. Thank you. 1 second.
Good. Aha. 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 That's a good spin. It's just balls.
Get on my nerves, like, get on my face. Let me do the shit. You gonna see me freaking, like, sorry. Irrelevant. It's relevant to the video. Irrelevant. And he do have good videos. This one. Good video.
Being able to build an app with your name.
We will start. Make sure y'all go right here to this man page. I'm gonna put in the link, because we watch him all the time. I thought it was. Oh no, I'm not trying to join that. Hell no. I'm not sure I'm subscribed already. Anyway, this dude right here, we having good ass videos before they make, God forbid, and they might disappear.
Name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Smash like 15,000 to the hype button. Smash that like button, man. Look, to get these videos to crack the algorithm. I have a question for you. I thought we didn't have the technology to go to the moon anymore. And then they do the moon launch on April 1st, which is notoriously known as like April Fools. But look, I'm not trying to convince y'all of anything, man. These are just interesting videos for interesting people like us, man. Join the family. If you feel the vibes and the content, or if you watch the content, make sure y'all watch this all the way so you can get the complete thought process, and just let me know
1960, also April Fool's Day. It's so funny that it's not enough to deceive all of humanity about where we live in God's creation, but they actually rub it in your face if you believe them. They're stupid. Guys, we have never gone to the moon. We never will go to the moon because it's not a physical object. NASA is stealing your tax money, hiding God's
Oh my god. Is it gonna break? We messed up now. Okay.
Conspiracies, which includes the full series plus a ton of
Boom.
This looks creepy.
Getting people to see our work. But using Wix Harmony made me realize that's about to change forever. 50 years ago, starting a successful creative business sounded...
You grew up on Mars!
That's what they want you to think.
Enough with the conspiracy theories, people!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the conspiracy theories from Reddit or online discourse that are surprisingly plausible.
As long as a man's got a knife, a cigarette lighter, the clothes on his back, he could have lived indefinitely out there.
Number 8. Landlord.
Okay, I don't know what happened. See you quick. Thank you. Thank you. Get off the bed. I just thought about that. Ah, get your booty up.
Happy. Here, one more. Here. What's your back? I don't know. Hey!
Ooh, okay. Sorry. There's your phone. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna do this like accidentally. Now we're gonna get froze. Let's see.
So there's a theory that Justin Bieber is only married to Hailey Bieber for his green card.
The visa? Okay, they might have fixed my algorithm, so there might be some good ones. Let's see. Here, change. Bam, bam. Put this up here. Sorry about that. I was gonna play the other one, but I was just like, I think I already seen it already. And also, I think it's just easier this way. Sorry about that. Alright, now let's go.
Okay. In Drake's music video Popstar, where Justin Bieber is lip syncing Drake's song, the lyrics say, Ariana, Selena, my visa. And Drake doesn't put that by accident, bro.
No, Drake always hides like lines in, so if you know, you know.
So there's a theory that Justin Bieber is only married to Hailey Bieber for his...
Did you know the conspiracy theory about Finding Nemo? I can only imagine. Do you know the scene with the sharks where they're having like an intervention with Nemo? Fish are friends, not food? Okay, yes. The baby fish named Blenny underneath the shark's flipper was shaking because he was so scared of the sharks. Some people are saying that he has a fish-eating problem and an addiction, and he's suffering from withdrawal. That's why he's shaking, because there's a post-credit scene where Blenny, the fish, is swimming around in the dark and eats the light bulb fish. The baby fish eats the big light bulb fish. Yes. And he swims away from the sharks, and the sharks don't follow him because they're fearful. He's one of them. Did you know the conspiracy theory about Finding Nemo? I can only imagine. Do you know the scene with the sharks where they're having...
In Harry Potter, Veritas Serum is supposed to force people to tell the truth. So why didn't they just use it on suspects? Before I tell you, press subscribe. They don't use it on suspects because it doesn't always reveal the truth. It reveals what the person believes is true, which means you can still lie under it if you believe your own lie. In Harry Potter, Veritas Serum is supposed to...
What conspiracy theory? What's a conspiracy theory that later got proven to be true? The FBI really was eavesdropping on Dr. King and Ernest Hemingway, which may have contributed to his suicide. The Bruce MacArthur story is a weird one. For 7 years, there was a conspiracy theory of a serial killer specifically targeting gay men around Toronto was floating around, but it could never be proven, until eventually enough evidence came up implicating him, and he got caught in a sting operation. Probably the most recent one that we didn't have enough time to label as a conspiracy theory was a couple of months ago, when AI firms started picking up anomalous spikes in pneumonia-related deaths and started talking about the fact that there's another unknown pandemic going on that's killing people but labeled as pneumonia. Rosemary Kennedy was shut away from society because of a botched lobotomy. Her family didn't know about it for 20 years. What's a conspiracy theory that later got proven to be true? The FBI really was eavesdropping on Dr.
Celebrity skin suit.
Have you heard the theory that the Trumps are time travelers?
Grab me a DeLorean.
This connects to Nikola Tesla.
No way!
Nikola Tesla died, and within his hotel that he had 80 plus trunks of all his patents, his designs for different technologies, all this stuff. Guess who they sent first to go and collect the stuff?
I don't know.
John G. Trump. Donald Trump's uncle.
What?
Weird.
So the theory is that he took some of these trunks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But Tesla said that he had figured out how to bend time. So
as one does.
The theory is Donald Trump's uncle took this, created a time machine.
Oh my gosh.
And then the weird connection is there was a book that came out in 1896, and it's called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
You're saying
do you know
it was actually Baron Trump?
Do you know what the book was about?
What?
Time travel?
Baron Trump time traveling.
No!
Have you heard the theory that the Trumps are time travelers?
Grab me a DeLorean.
Dude, humans believe in some crazy stuff.
Oh,
like
it's
crazy stuff.
It's insane.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is that they think what they believe in is crazy. Like the conspiracies that humans believe in that are actually true Like if
they knew what we know,
they would lose their minds.
You want to know what a human actually asked me the other day?
What?
He asked me. He said, "Hey, do you think the moon landing is real?"
Really?
Yeah, he asked me, and I was like, "Well, I don't necessarily think humans are capable of going to the moon."
Wait. Do you think the moon is real?
What? For a second there, I was like,
you don't know.
I
Still don't know.
I don't know.
You still don't know.
I still don't know.
Dude, humans believe in some crazy stuff.
Oh,
like
it's
crazy stuff.
It's insane. Have you heard about the dark?
Are these NBA conspiracy theories fact or cap? David Stern rigged the 1985 NBA draft. Are these NBA conspiracy theories?
Have you heard about the dark conspiracy theory that surrounds the Teletubbies? Well, it's fucked. When we were introduced to the Teletubbies, there was really no backstory on them, who they are, where they came from, or why they're living in a hill. There is a conspiracy theory out there saying that the Teletubbies are actually being controlled. The first piece of evidence is that they have a female voice that seems to come from the ground, always telling them what to do, when to eat, when to sleep, and when to say goodbye to us. Like, who the fuck does she think she is? And what's underground? Well, people have speculated that the Teletubbies are actually engineered slaves. And there's a bunch of people living underground examining their every move like scientists. Nunu the vacuum apparently serves as the watchdog, keeping an eye on them and also cleaning up after them. And the baby sun is also apparently there to watch them as well, but in a less intimidating way. And lastly, we have the pinwheel that they worship. When it starts glowing, these motherfuckers run over to it like it's crack. And then it decides who to project a movie onto, depicting life below the ground. Tap to read this last part. Have you heard about the dark conspiracy theory that's...
Are these NBA conspiracy theories fact? David Stern rigged the 1985 NBA draft with a frozen letter.
Absolute fact. I believe this more than I believe anything in my life. He moved his hand around and felt a cold one, dropped one that wasn't cold. It all adds up to me.
David Stern was going to do whatever he had to do to make sure that Patrick Ewing was a New York native.
They had to set the example early on and show what the lottery could do in a best case scenario. It only makes sense.
He's all about his bag, and I respect it. I stand on business too.
Michael Jordan's flu game was made up.
The Last Dance talked about this, right?
Of course, The Last Dance was straight propaganda. Of course, he's gonna lie on camera. But Streets is saying that he was actually hungover from gambling.
Yeah. I thought we've known by now it was food poisoning. It wasn't the flu games, but he was sick, right?
He was hungover. This is fact.
Okay, so I'll go with y'all. He definitely didn't have the flu, so it's got to be fact.
Somebody's lying.
Somebody's doing a little embellishing for the legacy there.
We on to you.
Oh, my stomach was gonna fall off. My head was gonna burst. I couldn't play. I made the shots.
Are these NBA conspiracy theories fact?
Have you guys seen this conspiracy?
Let's debunk this viral moon landing conspiracy video.
Booking.com has all.
The most conspiracy theories people actually believe. Firstly, around 50% of people believe ghosts exist. My question is, what makes you so sure if you've never seen one? However, 1 in 3 people think global warming isn't real and is just a hoax. Next, 1 in 4 people think aliens exist, and honestly, it could be true. However, 1 in 8 people believe astrology is real and can tell a lot about a person. Now, 1 in 22 people believe that toxic chemicals are sprayed from planes. I find However, 1 in 55 people think the earth is flat. This honestly made me lose hope in humanity. Finally, 1% of people really believe Stevie Wonder isn't blind because he had too normal of a life. However, 1 in 500 people think Elvis is still alive. What's a conspiracy theory you believe in? The most common conspiracy theory.
Recently, social media has been abuzz with memes surrounding a wild conspiracy theory about Beyonce. The trending conspiracy theory begins with the recent arrest of P. Diddy for his many years' worth of crimes. Curious sleuths, noting that Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce all seemed to be close friends for many years, jumped to the conclusion the couple must have known about Diddy's crimes, and some insisted they could have been more involved. Users began to re-examine the lyrics of J. Cole's 2013 song She Knows, alleging that Cole was subliminally referring to Beyonce in the song, with many TikTokers citing the lyrics of the song that mentioned several deceased celebrities. Conspiracists aim to imply that Beyonce had her husband or Diddy intentionally unalive artists she thinks are gaining more popularity than her. Soon people were piling on to this evil Beyonce theory, citing many acceptance speeches given by other artists in the music industry who all thanked Beyonce, as if they were afraid for their lives if they didn't acknowledge her superiority.
Well done, Isaac. You passed your exam.
What conspiracy theory do you fully believe is true? That Disney was confident that Clinton would win the 2016 election, so they had already completed the animatronic for the Hall of Presidents. But then Trump won, so they sloppily altered the Clinton animatronic to look sort of like him. Undefined. The judge for yourself. This theory by a Redditor, which was later removed and the user was site-wide banned for reasons I don't know. Robert Kardashian destroyed evidence that would have convicted OJ. He was handed a Louis Vuitton garment bag by OJ's assistant right as OJ returned from Chicago. None of the cops paid any attention to him as he walked away with the bag. When the bag theory was discovered a month later, Kardashian claimed to have lost it. BuzzFeed asks these questions so they have more content. What conspiracy theory do you fully believe is true? That Disney was confident that Clinton would win the 2016 election, so they had already completed the animatronic for the Hall of Presidents. But then Trump won, so they sloppily altered the Clinton animatronic to look sort of like him. Undefined. Be the judge for yourself. This theory by a Redditor, which was later removed and the user was site-wide banned for reasons I don't know. Robert Kardashian destroyed evidence that would have convicted OJ. He was handed a Louis Vuitton garment bag by OJ's assistant right as OJ returned from Chicago. None of the cops paid any attention to him as he walked away with the bag. When the bag theory was discovered a month later, Kardashian claimed to have lost it. BuzzFeed asks these questions so they have more content. What conspiracy theory do you fully believe is true? That Disney was confident that Clinton would win the 2016 election, so they had already completed the animatronic for the Hall of Presidents. But then Trump won, so they sloppily altered the Clinton animatronic to look sort of like him. Undefined. Be the judge for yourself. This theory by a Redditor, which was later removed and the user was site-wide banned for reasons I don't know. Robert Kardashian destroyed evidence that would have convicted OJ. He was handed a Louis Vuitton garment bag by OJ's assistant right as OJ returned from Chicago. None of the cops paid any attention to him as he walked away with the bag. When the bag theory was discovered a month later, Kardashian claimed to have lost it. BuzzFeed asks these questions so they have more content. What conspiracy theory do you fully believe is true? That Disney was confident that Clinton would win the 2016 election, so they had already completed the animatronic for the Hall of Presidents. But then Trump won, so they sloppily altered the Clinton animatronic to look sort of like him. Undefined. Be the judge for yourself. This theory by a Redditor, which was later removed and the user was site-wide banned for reasons I don't know. Robert Kardashian destroyed evidence that would have convicted OJ. He was handed a Louis Vuitton garment bag by OJ's assistant right as OJ returned from Chicago.
You're not supposed to be here. No signs, no warnings, just dessert. But the moment you get close, they see you. These surveillance cameras lock on. Unmarked security trucks start moving. And then armed guards appear. This is the mystery of Area 51, a place the government denied for decades. So what are they hiding out there? Secret aircraft? Advanced tech? Something else? Want the full truth? Watch the full documentary.
The conspiracy theories about Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk's wife are insane, because it's just been revealed that Charlie's wife, Erica, was competing for Miss USA back in 2012, which coincidentally Trump owned, so there is a very good chance that they've met before. And weirdly enough, people on TikTok started to put together that Charlie was a big advocate of releasing the Epstein files, which we all know is the opposite of what Trump wants. And considering Trump said this at Charlie's memorial just a couple days ago,
that's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent.
Everyone in the comments is convinced that Charlie got too close to uncovering something that the people he was closest to were hiding from him. The conspiracy theories about Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk's wife are insane, because it's just been revealed that Charlie's wife, Erica, was competing for Miss USA back in 2012, which coincidentally...
You said the what?
Timing with what happened at the Gold, obviously.
What conspiracy theories turned out to be true, but most people...
Honestly, it's not that bad. It could be worse.
The government secretly...
Because they don't want anyone to know that it's glitter. These 10 words kicked off one of the biggest internet conspiracies of all time.
Can you tell me what your biggest fire is?
No, I absolutely know that I can't.
Okay, but you know what it is?
Oh, God, yeah, and you'd never guess it. Let's just leave it at that.
In 2018, a New York Times article went viral when a manager at one of the largest glitter producers in the world refused to admit who their biggest client was. But another thing that really stuck out to people was this comment. Since we're a glitter manufacturer, anything we do is now called glitter. This is important because glitter was invented / discovered in the 1930s at a precision cutting factory of film and paper for clients like Kodak and Enesco. The cutting machine would occasionally glitch, tearing up the glossy photo print into schnibbles that were spat out onto the shop floor. Instead of throwing them out, some of the employees decided to use the schnibbles as fake snow in their Christmas decorations, and glitter was born. But today, whoever is buying up all of the glitter is still a mystery, with some theories suggesting that it's the US military, boat paint, funeral homes, or toothpaste manufacturers, because they don't want anyone to know that it's glitter. These 10 words kicked off one of the biggest internet conspiracies of all time.
Can you tell me what
The Space Jam triple.
Crazy movie theories that turned out to be true. Firstly, the big question everyone had after watching all of the Cars movies was, where are all the humans? Well, a theory soon came out after stating that the Cars actually destroyed all of mankind. Well, a few years ago in an interview, the creative director Jay Ward confirmed this theory to be true, saying that the Cars became too smart for humans. And believe it or not, but it was also stated that the Cars took over the personality of who the last driver was. Next, after the movie Aladdin came out, many fan theories started to pop up saying that the merchant and the genie were the same person. And there was two reasons behind this, because they were both voiced by Robin Williams, and they were the only ones who addressed the audience directly. In 2015, Aladdin's co-founders confirmed this was true, and they said they were going to reveal this at the movie's climax, but the footage was lost.
Things are never quite what they seem.
Crazy movie theories that turned out to be true.
Which conspiracy theory is so believable that it...
This is every theory about what the Vatican secret archives are hiding. The first is that the Catholic Church is hiding a time machine. The legend goes that in the 1950s, a Benedictine monk worked with a team of scientists to develop a time machine. He said that it basically worked by capturing electromagnetic radiation with previous events. What does that even mean? I don't know. He claimed to have seen the past and watched the founding of Rome and the crucifixion of Christ. But unfortunately, he reported that the Vatican had dismantled his time machine because it was, quote, too dangerous. But we shouldn't be too skeptical, because he says to have a picture of actually capturing Jesus on the cross, which actually turned out to be from a postcard. But maybe this was a psyop from the...